should I implement something regarding forklift drivers to avoid rack damage? So I guess the question comes in, commonly we see lift trucks hitting the racking. Is there anything I can do to prevent that from happening? What are best practices to address those typical types of accidents?
Well, all in all, I'd say, look, I mean, of course, there are, and I would approach it two ways. We're certainly seeing a decent amount of turnover in forklift operators as, the demand for more warehousing, more racking, folks are deciding they want to do something else with their lives. They want to be forklift operators. So you have a lot of newbies, hate to call them that, but that don't necessarily know or have the experience to do the right thing when it comes to driving a forklift. So certainly there are all the permits and the licensing and the training from just basic operation of forklifts. I think that has to be expanded to the types of uprights that we're dealing with. If you're in a VNA, so very narrow aisle, if you're in a drive-in situation, pallet flow, all of those, you have to know your environment so that you're operating within the right way. If you're working in a freezer, you've never worked in a blast freezer, holy smokes. I mean, you just want to go in and come out, which oftentimes means more velocity, which means a greater risk of impact. Layer onto that is that corporations that are trying to be nimble, quick, respond to demand faster, are motivating their employees to go faster by giving them bonuses, by having their comp tied to the speed of picking and all. So these are all things meant to speed things up, which with more velocity means more risk, which means a higher probability of impact. All those things being said, and if I step away from the training of folks on the operation of forklifts, I think the piece that is often missing is how to sensitize forklift operators to the impact that damage has to racking. If they understood what a half inch or an inch or multiple hits to an upright can potentially do to an upright, and what the consequence of those hits can do over time, which means a potential collapse, they may be more keen on being careful as they operate around those structures. So I think it's a two-part answer.
Yeah.
The operation of the actual vehicle and how to do that correctly. And then there's the element of, do I now fully understand what the consequence is of my action in running into an upright? So I think there's an employer responsibility. There's also an employee responsibility in driving that heavy machinery around uprights.